This is Suganthan, the product expert of Zoho Survey with over a decade of experience. So here we go. Why do you need to make surveys? The very first thing. Because surveys will help you understand the real business world because we may assume that we know our customers and the markets in which we operate. But do we fully understand them? In this session, we'll be looking into something that is pretty simple and straightforward, but that's the cornerstone for a successful business. That is growth through rich insights. We must transition from knowing our customers from just bits and pieces to fully understanding them. So, how to do that? In this world, we have tons of information, but does all of them count to be a quality of information or the data that we have? Because only with the quality data, we'll be able to take better insights out of it. So, how to capture those quality data we are talking about? Before we say what to do, let me also tell you what not to do. Do not go out on a stake and become a marketing paparazzi. Instead, what is the right answer? You can directly engage with your customers because the insights what you gain from your customers are like real gold for any marketers who are looking to enrich their product or their services. These are various methods available to reach out to your audience, and we'll be looking into this a bit more deeper towards the actual demo. For reference, this legendary company, Apple surely knows how to delight its customer. Do you know how? They listen to their customers. They continuously drive innovations and features by systematically using surveys in their journey. Apple is one of the oldest and strongest advocates of Net Promoter Score surveys, and they set an industry standard of 61 for the NPS. Now, we all know using surveys we can capture feedbacks, but what else you can do? You can dive into market research to understand the pulse of the market, what are the needs and what are they desiring for, so that you can create a better business out of it. Is it that all? You can also engage with your employees to understand the culture, what kind of feedbacks do they have for improving your organization. With the help of employee engagement surveys, this is feasible. And we are in the election time. So who's going to win the upcoming elections? You can look out to the public and ask for the polls to engage and understand the opinions what the public have. Is it going to be Donald Trump or is it going to be Joe Biden? You can do surveys to understand that. And with healthcare, you can easily collect and analyze the patient informations because Zoho Survey is very safe and secure to collect your data, and we are HIPAA compliant. You can also utilize this in the educational sector for the students and for the staffs or the teachers who are looking to do research or thesis or maybe a quiz kind of assessments. You can get it done with our tool. When we talk about events, logistics becomes one of a major hectic when we are looking to organize an event. We can move from the traditional method of paper pens to building it in online. So the data what you capture over here, that could be sent to the right person, and based out of that, the logistic issues are being solved. Not just that, of course, you can utilize this for your post feedback surveys. Look into something that is how you can create an engaging survey. For beginners, it may be difficult to come up with the questions or the right questions to choose or build your own surveys. But we got you covered. We have predefined templates available in various categories built by our expert panels. You can define one by selecting the right templates and further modify the questions. We have 30 different types of questions to choose from. So you can play with the close-in questions like a metrics rating scale or NPS, or maybe an open-end question like a long answer to understand what they are looking for. Is that all? You can further personalize the survey questions with the help of logics. So show or hide the right questions depending on the answer choices of your audience. You can also personalize your survey by adding the name along with the question text, which adds a personal touch to it. If you're reaching out to your audience in different regions, then try to have your surveys in the language what they understand so that you get the most reach out of it and better responses, because the ultimate aim is to get more insights from the data that we could collect. All right, let's start creating a survey to see how things works. So this is the page where you'll be landed when you log in into Zoho Survey. With Zoho Survey, we give you a few options. That is, create new survey, that's right from the scratch. The other options like choose from templates. Now templates, we have huge set of galleries, so you can see which one is more relevant for you. Maybe you're looking for HR policies, you have the questions over here. You can select this, give it a name, and then further modify it. We also have an option to copy from an existing survey. Maybe you had already done a survey in the past and you'd like to redo the same survey for the next quarter, but with minor changes in it. In that case, you can come here, use your previous survey as a template, and further build on it. We also have import survey. If in case you already have the questions built in a document like a Word, then you can directly upload that Word document over here to create the survey. Let me give you an example. So it's as simple as that. I have had few questions over here. Now this turned out to be built very conveniently and easily. So on your left, this is the editor. Maybe you wanted to make some changes. You can definitely do that. So instead of this choice, excellent, you can put it on the bottom if you want. Something like this. Any kind of changes you want to make, that can be done. And make sure you click on save. Give it a name. I'll have it like webinar feedback survey and click on create. So it's as simple as that. And on your left, these are all the question types that is available. So you can keep adding the questions as per your choice. Maybe if this question, how satisfied were you with the overall content of this webinar, you want to change this from a multiple choice to a rating scale, it can also be done. Just click on this choice and choose rating scale. And maybe you wanted to have it like smileys instead of numbers. It's easy. Something like this. And what if in case someone gives you a negative rating? So let's understand what went wrong. I'm just trying to change the options over here. All right. So it's you can use the predefined choices as well within this question type so that we can easily change the ones we are looking at. Now, what if in case someone gives you a negative rating so that you like to understand what went wrong? So you can easily add a long answer question just below that and frame your question. Please enter the reason for negative rating. And you can set up a logic over here by choosing display this question only if a certain condition is met. Now the condition is if the value is any one of the following. That is, if someone gave me neutral, poor, or very poor. And click on save. So there'll be an icon like this. This is only for your reference. And when someone is trying to answer it, this question will be hidden by default. Let me show you a quick preview how it's going to look like. If someone gives a positive rating, well and good, but if it's neutral or less, then come to understand. Okay, you can explain the reason behind that. So the surveys that is created in Zoho Survey, it's fully compatible on all the devices on which the end user is trying to answer it. and this is a mobile view. So you don't need to worry about how it's going to fit the screen or how they're going to answer the survey. The job is easy. And we don't have any limitations on the number of questions you can have. You can add unlimited questions and have unlimited pages in it. Again, that depends on the pricing structure or the plans you're in. Followed by, if you go to the settings, you can personalize your survey by adding your logo. Just click on the browse and you can directly add the images over here. So this is the name like webinar feedback survey, but if you'd like to display something different, you can customize it over here because the webinar feedback survey will be for your reference and this will be for the respondents. In the footer, you can have your brand as well, something like this. You can also include images as part of the footer, or maybe want to insert a link, it can also be done. Reach out to your audience in the language they understand the most. So to do that, click on this add language, select the language on which you want it to have, choose French for reference. I'll use Google Translate for now, and it's done. But if in case you want to make sure that everything is translated correctly, we give you the option to edit it manually and further to make changes to it. Not just a single language, you can have any number of languages so that your audience are from whatever region they are from, it would be easy for them to answer it. And the end page of the survey, when someone completes it, you can customize the message. So they'll have a look at it. When we go to themes, we'll have fully customizable themes over here. Under fully customizable, you can select one of those and further modify it. We give you the variety of options right from the background to the header, footer, and body. Every single component over here can be fully customized, right from the color to the fonts and the spacing between the questions. It is doable. Post that, you can go to the launch and publish your survey. By publishing it, we are not rolling this out to the external world. It's just to give a unique link for the survey that you have created. And we have many ways to distribute the surveys, right? From email to SMS, from website inserts to social medias, and we got more. So if this link is being shared with your audience, they can leave a feedback, but it will be an anonymous survey. If in case you wonder how to capture those details, like the participant's email, even without asking for it, then we have the inbuilt email distribution option where you can create an email template out of this. This is the body of your email message where you can completely customize it. And you can also remove the branding of Zoho from the body of the message. And this is where you're going to upload the list of contact details. So this will be the format. Like the file should have the email address that is mandatory, followed by the contact number, first name and last name. And you can also add 6 additional details. Maybe you already know about the region on which they are from, or the employer ID, or the organization they work for. So whatever details you're going to upload it over here, we are going to add all those information along with the survey URL. So every link turns out to be a unique link. With the help of that information, we are going to track and keep you posted in the reporting structure that Peter has answered your survey. So you can upload those data from a CSV or a XLS format and click on Add. The next step is to send a one-time invite or a recurring invites. Recurring invites could be used if you're looking to do a quarterly survey down the year, or a one-time invite to get it done just now. You can also schedule it for a later date and time. For now, I'll send it immediately. Is it that all? You can also set up reminder emails to the people who needs to answer your survey. So you can set up a one-time reminder or a recurring reminder, and at which particular date and time you want to set up a reminder. Just because I sent today, I'll wait for 2 days and set it on 27th. And it's scheduled. So it's going to give you a stats like how many emails have been sent, how many have actually opened it, answered it. All these details, you'll be able to have a quick look at it. If in case you have a product that has been delivered to your clients, then you can also have this QR code added along with the packaging so that they can leave a feedback with you. So depending on the use cases, you can reach out to your audience via multiple modes, like the website inserts, where you can directly add your surveys on your website, or maybe you want to come up with a pop-up survey. It's like when someone is looking to exit your e-commerce website and you want to understand, hey, what's stopping you from purchasing this product? You can politely ask them and try to understand the real causes and fix the issue. So it's all about the ways you distribute your surveys. Now let's look into the data in real time, like how the responses will come along. I'll show up a sample report for you. By default, we give you two options. One will be the summary of responses. The other would be the individual responses. Under individual, we'll let you know when did they answer the survey, how much time did they take, followed by the actual answers to your survey form. And you can look into the next set of answers by toggling between these buttons over here. In fact, if you would like to add some notes, like this has been verified, you can choose add notes and have the content. So it is like an acknowledgement for yourself to make sure that this particular responses has been validated. You can also export these data into a spreadsheet, PDF, CSV, SPSS, and as a Tableau extract. Whereas the summary of responses, it gives you a clear idea in a graphical representation for all your close-in questions, followed by the statistics just below that. And the charts, what you look at is fully customizable. Maybe you're more comfortable with a pie chart, can still do that. Is that all? You can also customize the way the color needs to come up. Maybe you want to follow a particular pattern in your presentation, you can definitely do that. And these data, you can export it into a spreadsheet or a PDF. Whereas if you just want to export this particular question, you can directly do that as an image or as a PDF again. So these are the basic reporting structures what we give you. Apart from this, you can also play with the filters to narrow down the responses specifically. For reference, let's say I want to understand the responses that someone chose Sony for this particular choice. Then let me create a filter for Sony and choose save. If there are any responses to this filter, I'll be able to have a quick look at it. Something like this. And we also have custom reports. Maybe your survey has 20 different questions in it, but you're very particular to look into just 2 or 3 questions which you're most concerned about. So you can directly select those 2 questions, give it a name, and save it. So only those 2 questions will be listed over here and not the entire set of questions. And followed by cross tab. If you, in case you have a question asking for a gender like male or female, then you can have a quick analysis between the overall responses received gender wise. So you're going to put a question on the x-axis and compare it with the rest of the questions in the y-axis. So what kind of statistics you derive out of it from the gender male, and similarly for the gender female, and so on. You can also have a quick trend by looking into the responses that's been received in a day, in a week, in a month, and by quarter. You can also set up scheduled reports. So this set of reports is being sent to a particular set of audience on a weekly, daily, or on a monthly basis. Maybe you want to keep your boss updated regarding the status of the surveys that's been run live. It can be done. And any kind of files you export, that will land into the export section where you can further download it. It will be available for 15 days, and post that this session will be clear. If in case you want to download again, you can go back to the reports and get it done. So this is all about the survey in which we are able to create your own customized surveys and build your own report out of it. So I want to conclude by this saying a survey, whether you're a small-time business owner looking to understand your customers or a large enterprise looking to do extensive market research, Zoho Survey is for you. Surveys are no longer a choice, but it's the best systematic investment you can do for your future success. Thank you, one and all, for this wonderful time. You can always reach out to sales@zohosurvey.com with your inquiry, and we have a fantastic team to answer all your queries. Thank you, one and all. Please do follow us on the social media channels like Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks once again for your time and have a great day. Bye bye.